Hey, it's Nikachu, and in today's video I issued a challenge to the Magic the Gathering world. Beat my deck, win $100. I knew that for this challenge, this deck would have to mean serious business. My main deck contains 60 copies of Chancellor of the Dross. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of the first upkeep, each opponent loses 3 life. Then you gain life equal to the life lost this way. So when I draw my starting hand of 7 Chancellor of the Dross, I'm gonna drain you for 21 life. Wow, winning the game before it even starts? That's broken! Now you guys must be asking, 60 copies of Chancellor of the Dross? Aren't you limited to 4 cards per deck? Normally, you'd be right. But this challenge is going to be held on Magic Online in a special format called Freeform. There are no limits to anything. Play any card you want and as many copies of that card as you wish. Now this is pod racing. You might think my deck's unbeatable, but every deck has a weak spot. But be warned, I'm not gonna make it easy. Let's take a look at the action. We won the die roll. Would you like to go first? No. Alright, here we go. I could do this all day. Don't even break a sweat. I can do it. I can do this one-handed. Alright, these are my pre-game actions.
Bruh.
So for a long while, I just dumpstered one opponent at a time. They realized that I wasn't just giving away $100 bills. This really is the most powerful way you can play Magic the Gathering possible. There's no limits on anything. You know, back then, they barely had any rules, and this is the closest to the original design. Someone even brought their vintage deck featuring the most broken cards in Magic the Gathering. The problem is they brought a machine gun to a nuclear bomb fight. Once the community realized that this wasn't going to be an infinite money machine glitch, they had to up the ante. So what happens when the Chancellor of Dross deck has to face the Chancellor of Dross deck? User Arnak13 stepped up to the plate and did exactly that. Because it's just only because we're on the draw that we're gonna win this one. Because the most important move that I made was opting to go second in this match. And they're toast. See? We get to drain their life first before their triggers even touch me once. That's how it works. That's the rules, baby. Good game. That's right. They already know it's over. They can win game 2, but game 3 is in the bag. The key to winning the mirror is simple. You need to take the draw. Going second in this format? Why would I want to do that? You see, if 2 players have a bunch of triggers that happen simultaneously at the upkeep, the rules work as follows. If it's your turn, you're the active player. All your triggers will trigger, order them however you want, and they all go onto the stack simultaneously. But then, the non-active player gets to do the same, and all their triggers go on the stack above all of yours. So by letting Arnak be on the play, all of their triggers went on the stack first. All of mine went on second, and will resolve first. Hey, I didn't make the rules. I just live by them. Good game. That's right. They already know it's over. They can win game 2, but game 3 is in the bag. And another one bites the dust. Now I know what you all must be thinking. Nikachu, all I have to do is win the die roll, take the draw, and my Chancellor of the Dross deck will win. You don't think that I have already anticipated my opponent's every move. You see, Arnak13 came back and did exactly that. Wins the die roll, but chooses not to go first. But as they say in competitive Magic, always have a plan for the mirror match. So they chose not to play first. I get it. All right, so we're gonna keep, and obviously we're gonna lose this one because now that they learned that, you know, you gotta win by only being on the draw. We do have a plan to beat the Chancellor of Dross deck. There is a way to beat it, which I am prepared to do. So I lose game 1, but for games 2 and 3, I have an unbeatable sideboard plan. I'm siding out all my Chancellor of Drosses and bringing in 30 Nourishing Shoals, and 30 Worldspine Wurms. You see, in this specialty freeform format, I can have an unlimited sideboard. Nourishing Shoal says you may exile a green card with converted mana cost X from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. You may gain X life. Worldspine Wurm costs 11 mana, so we're gonna gain 11 life, more than enough to survive the Chancellor of Dross combo. Talk about a combo breaker. So they're gonna put a million of these Chancellor Drouses on the stack, but they're going to be met with a horrible, horrible realization, because we've got Nourishing Shoal into Worldspine Wurm gaining 11 life. And if their whole deck is Chancellor of the Drouses, all we have to do is dumpster Worldspine Wurm from our hand into the graveyard. And it will get, and whenever it's put in the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library, and then eventually my opponent will deck themselves. All right, we win again.
12 seconds later.
And it's gonna fail. Again. Yeah, we just need one. It only takes one. And they can say we won the match. If anyone want to know how you win with life gain, that's how you win with life gain. But Nikachu, how are you gonna beat the Nourishing Shoal deck? Well, that's exactly what El Pinko tried to do, so let's take a look at the action. I'm waiting for this to get meta. Like, when is this game going to get super meta? Does our opponent... Oh, our opponent has brought in the Nourishing Shoal tech! All right, we're getting into the rock, paper, scissors metagame now, boys and girls. This is going to be exciting. Yeah, we can't beat this. I'm going to concede. And with one Nourishing Shoal, my opponent wins game 1 easily. Everyone has the benefit of knowing my game 1 deck is Chancellor of the Dross. But they don't know what's coming for games 2 and 3, and that's why I side out all my Chancellor of the Dross for an army of Memnites. So if you bring rock, I'll sideboard into paper, and if you bring scissors, I'll sideboard into rock. Welcome to the big leagues, kid. Don't Chancellor of Dross me, don't. Yes. Yes! Alright, here we go. You brought in all those Worldspine Wurms. I'm bringing out Memnites. 69 Memnites on the way. You're a huge fan of Memnite, aren't you?
Love Memnite.
My brother loves Memnites.
I beat an amulet deck with him.
Okay, what are you gonna do? Pass the turn. Snow-covered forest! Oh! They're playing an actual deck just with some Worldspine Wurms in it. Interesting. I mean, they could play a vintage deck with Worldspine Wurm for all I know. Is this vintage power level? I don't know. And were they prepared for this? The life gain deck is suddenly on life support. And after game 2, my opponent saw the writing on the wall and conceded to my 0 mana Memnite army. So are we actually going to play a game of Magic here? Is that what's happening? Okay, they played one land and then passed, and then they packed it up. And at this point, I think my deck is just unbeatable. But then suddenly, a user by the name of Counterspell surprises me with Chancellor of the Dross 2.0. My opponent takes the draw, reveals one Chancellor of the Dross to stabilize them at 2 life, plays a Putrid Imp, and I can't even beat that. Yeah, it's a 38 turn clock, but I mean, I'm dead. Putrid Imp? Oh, I get it. They're just using like a Chancellor of the Dross reanimator strategy. They discard their Chancellors and then reanimate them later. So game 2 is simple. I take the draw and I win. Oops. Keep. They don't even want to see. But now I'm stuck at a crossroads. What am I gonna do for game 3? My opponent's gonna be on the draw. I can't rely on the Chancellor of Dross. I thought I had the most unbeatable deck in all of Magic the Gathering, and I lose to a Chancellor of the Dross deck that probably only has 4 copies in it. I can't even rely on life gain because my opponent has a reanimator strategy. So there's only one option left. We bring in the Memnites. No, they chose not to play first. We keep. All right. I accept my punishment. Hopefully they have a close to unplayable hand. And here come the Memnites.
I love to see.
Oh boy.
And pass.
No. Well, they have like reanimate. I might be in trouble. We'd be in really good shape if they had to mulligan at least once. Alright, so let's we'll cast our Memnite. We are dealing a ton of damage, so if they have no way of getting those Chancellor of Drowses in the graveyard, we're in really, really good. This is absurd. Love it. $100 for free ain't easy. All right, they go pass. They go pass. Oh no, but they're discarding. Okay, they could be ready to reanimate the thing. We're so close. Like, what is this? It's like, how many turns to go? Damn, we're at 5 life. Just a little too low. Fork it up, they say. All right, I'll fork it up. My opponent reanimates the Chancellor of Dross with Animate Dead. This is a card that brings creatures from the graveyard back to the battlefield, but with 1 less power. So the Chancellor comes into play with 5 power. But wait a minute, I'm at 5 life, and my Memnites can't block the flying Chancellor. Oh my god, I'm dead! Congratulations! You're the first one to win $100 for beating my deck. I personally shipped him 100 ticks online, which is worth $100.
Oh, for real?
Real, that's right. Congratulations. And I'm a person of my word, so you win the $100. Confirmed. What do you think is the best deck possible in this format? Let me know in the comment section below. Smash like if you want to see more of these challenges, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, or you'll lose your next rock, paper, scissors.